Nia, you have been asked by Alkesha, who you've been on kind of off and on good and bad terms, to not only attend but to give a little speech at a memorial service for the street stylers who died and those who are missing, being held today at 5 p.m. at the Candy Shop, which everyone is welcome to attend, all the survivors, of course. Kind of everyone, a lot of people are there, as you can see from the little NPC spread. Mr. Jr. is there. Tyson is obviously there. Perry Floor, the survivor you met earlier, is there as well, in attendance, as well as any of you who wish to go. And there are a lot of street sellers. They are wearing darker colors and black bands on their arms, and the entire candy shop is kind of like decorated with like memorial pictures. There's actually a photo wall of those who are still missing, along with their names and things like that. People there seem pretty somber about everything that's happened. This sort of disaster with the vampires and the zombies hit them really hard. There were a lot of like vulnerable kids that looked up to the street stylers as a way to like find an identity and like give themselves a group, a community, a family. That unfortunately on the moon, one of the things that happens is because they are so detached from their earthly roots, it can be difficult for people to find a group to identify with that isn't like just working or like profit driven, or in some cases it's actual gangs. But for them, for these street stylers, it was just a love of music and dancing and art and just like being positive in a community that genuinely cared for them, run by a woman who is fairly popular. Is Kimber, who is there, of course. And there are people that have been kind of giving speeches here and there. Kimber, of course, like starts with her own small, like brief speech. She doesn't want to steal the spotlight from anybody, and this isn't really, she recognizes this is not really about her. So those of you who are in attendance, it sounds like all of you are there. You will notice that amongst the crowd, there is Alkesha, a girl with brown and pink hair who is with Alkesha, as well as the ever beloved Mr. Jr. and Tyson, who the two of them are kind of like talking to one another and drinking cups of punch. In the back, kind of hidden away, are Perry Floor, who you've met. He is kind of off to the side by himself, just watching. And Jason Valley, the reporter, who you all have met at an earlier date, he seems to be writing down and recording what's happening. Two guys from the Seven Nation Army, who are, of course, Rafferty Riffert, and a woman you have never seen before, but who has kind of an interestingly bold, we'll say, appearance. Kimber at the front is kind of wrapping up her speech, where she says, "And so, for all the people that we have lost, it is our duty to move forward without forgetting what they gave us. A lifetime's worth of happiness and joy and creativity and positivity. It would be quite the sin for us to let this darken our lives forever. Just as they were the light that we followed when they were with us, they will lead us to better days in the future. And every time we dance, we'll be dancing with them." She seems pretty distraught by the deaths that have happened. She hasn't been like very in the front or like very public, but you can see that she looks like she's been crying quite a bit. Her speech is mostly somber and trying to rally people's spirits, and it seems to sort of work, but it's a bit of a dark mood, a dark atmosphere with these few that are dead, and then the many more missing, and rumors that have been passed around that some of them were turned into zombies. You would probably notice, especially you, Nia, that those that were involved in the like impromptu lynch mob that were about to go to the Temple of the Mechanical Lotus and burn all of those zombies down are looking pretty drained of their morale. Alkesha, of course, seems that way. She is pretty pale and not her normal kind of outgoing self. The woman that is with her, the young woman, is notably pretty familiar with her and seems to be making sure that she is okay. Tyson is he's Tyson. I mean, he looks sad, but it's mostly he just looks like a kid at a funeral. You know what I mean? Like he's actually wearing a suit with black shorts and just like you'd expect a kid to. It's like the jacket and tie, but the shorts and like long socks and formal black shoes. They're doing their best here. Kimber, after she's done with her speech, kind of like wipes a tear away from her eye and says, "All right, a few of you wanted to say some words, so I'll just step aside and let you do that, because this is really about you and the good people here." So she steps off from the podium.
Nia would go up onto the stage, and she's not wearing her normal spacesuit. She's got like a suit. It looks completely normal from the front, but the back is just all ruffled. And she has shiny black shoes on that, as she glides up onto stage, clearly have healing.
Oh, for God's sakes!
I'm sorry. But she is otherwise looking rather like she's fitting otherwise for the welcome everyone, and thank you for attending. I'm Nia Nova, but you likely know me as the girl with impossibly strange stories. But these are strange times where it is hard to keep informed on how to deal with the various aspects of the paranormal, or even the creations of skillful scientists. The odd truth is cold comfort to those who have lost loved ones to unusual circumstances. These were bold, unusual people with sparkling souls who hold a joy in styling in the limelight. I wish I could challenge them to one last throwdown, but instead we'll have to spin for them in heaven. At this point, screen unfurl down and have various, of the 8 people that we are sure are dead, have their styling up on the screen.
The crowd kind of, you hear some noises go up. They seem to be impressed with this action.
She would wait till that finishes and then say, I ask we all come together to identify the missing and thank all that have brought items for the test. DNA can be found in hairbrush, combs, and even worn clothing. Many people are going through hard times, afflicted with zombification, and I can only ask that we be there to support them, to lead them lovingly back to humanity. Remember their bright souls as we love them through dark times. I hope the moon and earth can come together in peace so that they can wake up to brighter times. And then she skids her way off.
Once you mention zombification, there are some mutters that go amongst the crowd, and some of them look very pointedly at Alkesha. She kind of just wraps her arms around herself and looks away from people.
The woman next to her just starts glaring at people back.
Also, Nia, as you're skating off of the stage, there is one person in the back who has sort of been quiet. He's the furthest back. He looks like this.
Oh, say what?
It is A1. He is somehow avoiding notice from other people. Maybe it's because these are younger street stylers. They don't necessarily recognize him, but A1 is there. He seems to just be there in silent observance. He gives you a nod, though. If you make eye contact with him, he gives you a knowing and approving.
Nia does not squeal. She wants to, but she just puts both her hands over her mouth and then nods back several times.
As a result of your speech, there are quite a few people that are discussing the DNA business, and kind of, if any of you were to listen in, you would hear people talking about zombification. What does that even mean? They have no idea. There have been rumors.
She would gladly go around and talk to them about what she learned yesterday.
Okay, and we'll do that real quick. There is so you would see like an older mother with a father, just kind of discussing what does that mean. And you can hear them saying, the mother would say what does that mean? Are they trying to say that our baby is a zombie now? And the dad says, I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, what would you like to say to these people?
Um, ELO and the Seven Nation Army are working together to identify the missing. It is possible your child may be among the zombies, but it's also possible they may not be. I ask that you be helpful at this time, and we'll try to get as much information to you as possible as soon as we know.
The father kind of looks a little upset. He says, Seven Nation Army. I read the ELO repeater account that said whatever happened probably came from Earth. They're from Earth.
Have you been to Earth? Earth is crazy. Like, it's got so many paranormal events. I'm surprised there hasn't been some that have come to Earth or to the moon sooner. That just means they're suffering before we're suffering.
The dad he looks a little angry. He says, it sounds to me like we should just seal it off. Let them deal with it instead of it coming up here and taking away what's ours.
I mean, we all started from Earth. I mean, the ships aren't running, but that's just gonna eventually make it so that people on Earth are even sadder from not being able to see you.
That's unfortunate, but for me, I'll never be able to see my child again, most likely.
Well, if one of the members of the 7NA Army didn't come talk to us, we might not have been able to recover any of the zombies.
So instead of having a portrait of them, I'll have a monster. He kind of like starts to cry. The mother comforts him. This interaction, they seem to be a little closed off. This interaction maybe didn't go super good, but these are people who are mourning, so you do have to give them like a leeway on
Yeah,
like,
Nia would just like at this point like try to like pat their back and be comforting. She knows that like the cold truth, the odd cold truth is cold comfort, like she said it. So
yeah, it doesn't really seem to comfort them that much
No.
though. They seem they just more than angry. They are grieving. And with grief comes anger, but they are trying to be not completely consumed by it. And you'll notice that with a lot of the older people there, they recognize that this was like a positive thing for the younger people in this little community, and they don't want to fuck it up for everybody. Kimber, of course, at your speech, like gave a small bit of applause that other people followed, as much as is appropriate for a memorial service like this, which isn't much, but it's a somber sort of acknowledgement. The people in the back, the Seven Nation Army people, are just kind of helping themselves to snacks that have been put out and are just watching with some interest about this. You will notice that those who are there in attendance from the Street Stylers and just general Moon people that are there are really shooting them dirty looks, really, really not happy that they're there, but that's okay. Because they don't seem to mind. They're mostly here to seemingly just watch, and maybe for even the spectacle of it. You would know from your interactions with at least Rafferty Riffert that he thinks Moon people are cute, and he's seen a lot of people die. So for him, this may be more of just a novelty than anything else, and it kind of shows in the way that he's acting. It's a little callous, but it's not completely he's not just like calling people bitches and everything and running around and pushing people over. It just seems like this is a little more routine from him. Yeah, this exactly. Shop full of puppies. He has, and you would know this from your conversations with the Seven Nation Army. They've seen so many people die / killed so many people that this is pretty routine.
Nia has started to understand that a little bit. She probably would eventually go say hi, but she'd probably greet everyone else first.
Sure. Anybody that you want. And of course, the rest of you, if you want to interact with any of the NPCs who are out, or you want to talk to a person that is out and about, please, of course, make yourself known.